Good morning, students. So in the previous class, we understood about class interval, isn't it? So in the grouping of data, we understood about, so what do we mean by frequency, and what do we mean by frequency distribution table, and what do we mean by class interval, isn't it? Now, so now you understood class interval. Now there are some more important points that we need to remember. Those are, and the first one is class size. Now we understood the class interval. Okay, after that, now class size. Class size. Now, what is class size? Now we know the class interval means, for example, 0 to 5, or 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, like that. These are called class interval. So what is class size? Now in this class interval, in these class intervals, this is called lower limit, and the other one is called upper limit, isn't it? The first one is called lower limit, this one is called lower limit, and this is called upper limit. Lower limit, upper limit, lower limit, upper limit. Now, what is class size? Class size is the difference between upper limit and lower limit. The difference between upper limit and lower limit is known as class size. The difference between upper limit and lower limit. So, 10 minus 0 is how much? 10. So, 10 is the class size. 20 minus 10 is how much? 10. It's a class size. 30 minus 20 is how much? Class size. Generally, in an example, the class size is always equal. It must be constant. If the class size is different in one example, then it means you have gone wrong. You made a mistake. So you need to remember one thing. In an example, class size will be always equal. And how to find the class size? It is easy. So how to find it? Upper limit minus lower limit. 30 minus 20, 20 minus 10, 10 minus 0. Anything. You can take only one and just subtract the lower limit from the upper limit, and you will get the class size. Now you understood what do we mean by the class size. So you can write class size means the difference between upper limit and lower limit, of the class interval is known as class size. Now we understood the class size. Now next one is class mark. The next important point is class mark. So what is class mark? Now we know everything. This class size, class mark, both these things are calculated from class interval. The class means all these are connected in some or other way. Now class interval is having only two numbers, that is lower limit and upper limit, whereas class size is upper limit minus lower limit. And whereas the class mark is, what you have to do, you have to add these two, that is 0 plus 10 divided by 2, that is 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 minus 20, add these two. Add these two, how much is 10 plus 20 divided by 2, that is 30 divided by 2, that is 15. In the same way, if you do it, so 50 divided by 2, that is 25. So this is called class mark. Class mark, you can say, it is a mid value of the class interval. It is the mid value, midpoint. Sometime you can say midpoint of these two numbers. If you write 0 to 10 in the ascending order, if you write the numbers from 0 to 10 in the ascending order or descending order, ascending or descending, the mid value, the midpoint, or the mid number, whatever the number is in the midpoint, that number is called class mark. Or the other way to calculate class mark is just add these two numbers and divide by 2. Or you can say the average of upper limit and lower limit. The average of upper limit and lower. So how to calculate the average? How to calculate the average? Average means how many, the number of how many numbers are there? There are only two numbers. Just add the two numbers and divide by number of items. That is 2. That is 1 and 2. So just add those numbers and divide by the number of observations. I told you, in place of data, we can call them as observation. That is sum of the observation divided by number of observation. That is how we calculate the average of the any class interval or any numbers. In the same way, class mark is, you can say, the average of each class interval. The average of each class interval. So the class mark is what? The definition is, it is the mid value of any class interval. Mid value of any class interval is known as class mark. Now today we shall solve one example. We shall solve one of the example, and you will know how these important words you come across in the any example. Let us see. Now let us solve one example. Okay. Now, if you have a book that is R.S. Agrawal, okay, if you have the book of R.S. Agrawal, then in 21B, page number 233, we'll solve the first example. The first one. The marks obtained by 40 students of a class in an examination are given below. Those are 8, 47, 22, 31, 17, 13, 38, 26, 3, 34, 29, 11, 22, 7, 15, 24, 38, 31, 21, 35, 42, 24, 45, 23, 21, 27, 29, 49, 25, 48, 21, 15, 18, 27, 19, 45, 14, 34, 37, 34. So these are numbers. I will just look at the first question. So you can copy it down. This first question, 21B. This is the first question. Just note it down. I think you could screenshot it and you could write the question. This is the first question. Okay. Now, what is the question? Prepare a frequency distribution table with equal class interval starting from 0 to 10. 0 to 10. Now, according to this question, so what they have told, prepare a frequency distribution table. Prepare a frequency distribution table starting from 0 to 10, and 10 is not included. Means yesterday I have solved. I will just explain wherever this number comes, and such the questions will be answered. Okay, now prepare a frequency distribution table. Okay, the first one, the first thing we'll do. So what are these? These are the weight. Okay, these are the marks. These are the marks, isn't it? So this is first column will be marks. Okay, now. So what they are told, starting from 0 to 10. So which is the biggest number here? If you could see which is the biggest number. Now I think this 49 will be the biggest number. Means 0 to 10. I always told you the class interval will be always equal. Means the difference of these numbers will be same, and continuation should be there. 0 to 10 and 10 should be here. 10 to 20, and this 20 to 30, and this 30 to 40, and this 40 to 50. We don't take more because last number will be 49. So 0 to 10, this 10 should continue, this 20 should continue. Look here, 10 continue, 20 continue, 30 continue, 40 continue. If you want to extend it, you have to continue, 50 continue. Always remember this. And these 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 are called lower limits, and these are called upper limits. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now the next thing is tally bar. Tally marks. Tally marks. Or sometime you can call as tally bars, or these bars, whatever we do, they are bars, tally bars, and so whatever we are writing here, tally marks. First number, what is the first number? 8. So 8 is between 0 and 10. So we have to write 1 bar here. We have to take 1 bar. 1 bar. Okay. Next number is what? 47. Where it is 40 to 50. It will come between 40 to. Next one is 22. Where it is between 20 and 20 and 32. 31 is where? Now it will be between 30 and 40. 17 will be here it is. 13 will be here it is. 38 will be here it is. 26 will be here it is. 3 will be here it is. 34 will be here it is. 29 will be here it is. 11 will be here it is. 22 will be here it is. 7 will be here it is. 15 here. 24. Now already 4 are there. So the fifth will be just across it. Now next one is 38. It will be here. 31 will be here. Now the fifth one will be cross. 21 it will be here. 35 it will be here. 42 will be here it is. 24 it will be here. 45 will be here. 23 will be here. 21 will be again here. 27 will be again here. Now the second fifth bar continued here. Okay, now 27 completed. Now next one is 29. Again it will be here. 49 it will be here. 25 it will be here. 48 will be here. 21 will be again here. 15 will be here. 18 will be here. 27 will be here. 19 will be here. 45 will be here. 14 will be here. 34 will be here it is. 37 will be here it is. 34 will be here it is. Now this is what, so how many are there? They are 40. They are 40. Now these are the tally marks. Now after that tally marks, what you have to write? Frequency. You have to remember. This is a column, make a column of it. Now this is frequency table it is. Now, how many are there here? 1, 2, 3. So write 3. 3. 5 plus 3, 8. 10, 14. 5 plus 4, 9. 5 plus 1, 6. Just count these numbers. 3 plus 8, 11. 11 plus 14, 25. 25 plus 9, 34. 34 plus 6, 40. Means the total now 40. So whatever, prepare a frequency distribution table starting from 0 to 10. Now we got 40. So this is what the question is. Okay. Prepare a frequency distribution with equal class intervals starting from 0 to 10. That's it. This is what the question is. If the question is like this, you have to do like this. This is what is required. Sometime what happens, based on this table, some questions will be asked. Now we will see we'll solve another example. In that we will come across various questions, and we'll solve those questions. Okay. Now let us solve another example. I think you understood how to do it, isn't it? Okay, now Now, in your book, in your state book, there is a question that is page number 21. Page number 21, there is a question. In that, try these. The question is, try these. Study the following frequency distribution table and answer the questions given below. Okay, now let us try to solve this question. Now, what is the given? Class interval is given 100 to 125, 125 to 150, here frequency is there, Here it is 45. Here it is 25. Just now the next class interval will be. Now you can see 100 to 125 means 25 is the gap. 125 to 150. Now here it will be 150 to 175. Very correct. Here 175 to 200. Very correct. Now 200 to 225. 225 to 250. 250 to 275. 275 to 300 and 300 to 325. Now you can see the 25 is the gap. Okay, now here 55, 125, here it is 125, this is 140, 55, 35, 50 and 20. Total is 550. Now, so they have not given the tally marks. They have directly given the answer. Now they have prepared a frequency distribution table. In that, class interval is there, frequency is there. Now, based on this table, there are questions. What is the first question now? Let us see. What is the size of the class interval? What is the size of this class interval? You know the size of the class interval. What do we mean by size of the class interval? So definition, we knew this. We knew the definition of class size. Class size is upper limit minus lower limit. The first question is class size. Class size is upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is how much? 125. Minus lower limit is 100. It means it is 25. So 25 is common. So class size is 25. What is the size of the class interval? Size of the class interval is 25. Size of the class interval. First one is class size. Upper limit minus lower limit. So the class size is, that is 25. It is common to, you can check it from any of the class interval and it will be same. What is the question next? Which class, second question, which class has the highest frequency? These are the classes. Which class has the highest frequency? You can see 140. So 225. Second question. Which class has highest frequency? 200 to 225 has the highest frequency. That is 140. That is 140. Now what is the third question? Which class has the lowest frequency? Which class has the lowest frequency? Now this is. Now the third question. Which class has the lowest frequency? 300 to 325 has the lowest frequency. That is 20. What is the next question? What is the upper limit of the class interval 250 to 275? Upper limit, fourth one, upper limit of 250 to 275. 250 to 275. The question is, what is the upper limit? What is the upper limit of 250 to 275. Upper limit. This is upper limit. This is 275 is the upper limit. 275 is the upper limit. Okay, the next question. Which two classes have the same frequency? Which two classes have the same frequency? Now, can you see any number which are repeated? Now you can see this and this, they are repeated. So the fifth question is, which two classes have? The first one is 150 to 175 and 225 to 250 have same frequency. Have same frequency. So you might have seen how the questions will be based on the given frequency distribution table. The questions will be completely based on the frequency distribution table. You need to understand what is the question, and you need to know the basic definitions of the frequency, class interval, class size, class size, and what is that? Class mark. That is class mark. So you need to remember all these important definitions whenever you go to solve the example. Otherwise, what happens when you don't know what is class interval and you don't know class size and the class mark, it is very difficult. You cannot understand the question and you cannot solve it. So before that, the basics that you need to remember that. So what all these questions depend upon how much you understand the basics of that topic, that subject. Okay, now, so you might have understood to how to solve these questions. Okay, now, so now the next important aspect is that is how to draw. Now this is a class interval, you know it now. Based on this class frequency distribution table, how to represent this in the form of bar graph, Okay, now let us do it now. This is called, now there is something I will tell you. If in the previous example, in the first example, what I have done is, so I have taken 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, 5, 7, like that numbers, isn't it? So those numbers are called ungrouped data. If the things are made to write like this, like class interval, such examples are called grouped data. That is called grouped data. So now, see, grouped data means if a class interval is given and the frequency is given, then we can easily represent this in the form of bar graph. Let us see now how to do it. Now this is okay, now x and this y axis. Now what is this? 100 to 125. Now let us start from, this is 0 here. Now this is 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, 275, 300, 325. Now, numbers are continued here. Numbers are continued here. Now, which is the smallest and which is the biggest? Now, 20 is the smallest and 140 is the biggest. Now, you can start 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. You need to remember, whenever you take numbers, the difference should be same. Means some pattern should be applied here. Some pattern should be here. You have to write here along x-axis. You have to write along x-axis. X-axis. So what is this? Class interval. That is class interval. So what is this class interval? What is this? What are these things? These are daily incomes. This is, you can write here daily income. Daily income. And what are these? Number of workers. See, this is called number of workers. You have to write here number of workers. Now here you have to write along axis class interval, that is daily income. That is 1 centimeter is equal to 25. 1 centimeter 25. 25 rupees. Okay, now here along y-axis, so 0 to 20 means along axis 1 centimeter is equal to 20 persons. 20 persons. Now the first one, 100 to 125. How much it is? 45. 100 to 125. So sorry. So what you have to do here? It starts from 0 here. Now 100 to 102. 100 to 125. Now 100 to 100. How much it is? 45. So 100 here, 125 is here. Okay. Now how much it is? 45. Where is this? Okay. Now 45 is here. Okay. Now, so you can draw here. Now this is 100 to 125. Now you can see there is a gap here. So it is not continuous. The gap is more here. 0 to 100. Here only 25 is there. For that you have to do like this. Means a big gap is here. It is not continuous. For that only we have to make it a big gap here. 100 to 125 here. Next one is 125, that is 25. 125 to, that is 25 is how much? Here it is. Just now. Next 55. Where it is? Near. Okay. Next one is 125. This almost near. Always use scale whenever you draw some geometrical figures. 140. Next one will be 140. Next one will be 55. Use graph sheets while solving these questions. 50. 20. So this is here you have to write, this is 45, 25, 55, 125, 140. This is 55, 35, 50, 20. This is how the group data can be represented in the form of bar graph, This is how you have to write it and solve the examples. Means by making a table, and based on the table how to answer the questions, and based on the table how to represent it in the form of on the graph, in the form of graph. That you have to remember. So in the next class we will discuss more about the data handling and how to solve it. Okay, thank you.